Welcome back. We're so glad to have you back with us. For this session and the next session, I have with me as my new guest, Paul Miller. Paul,
thank you.
Welcome to the program.
I appreciate it.
Paul is the executive director for NCREDA. And when you talk about NCREDA, some people are going to ask, what is NCREDA? So, Paul, what does NCREDA stand for?
Nye County Regional Economic Development Authority.
Nye County Regional. So we're talking about a large area, economic development, and you are the authority.
12 townships.
12 townships.
Right. All of the townships in Nye County.
All of the townships in Nye County. And you handle all of that for economic development.
Right. My primary areas of responsibility that I most likely will or have been spending my time is Tonopah, Beatty, Amargosa, Pahrump. You know, Pahrump primarily because that's where my primary location is to operate in. But and that's where, out of the 45,000+ people that live in Nye County, 38,000 live here in Pahrump. Okay. So naturally, I'm going to spend more time here because I'm going to see more local small business entrepreneur and development taking place here. But NCREDA is just an agency that, how should I say it, we do the advancement of economic development. We collect, analyze, disseminate information to businesses coming in here. We're like the front door greeter in regards to business development. Okay. We work in coordination with the Governor's Office of Economic Development, who actually is the one that is our primary source of income and are also our primary source of information that we get for developments in the rural. They're also a great partner in regards to just the whole process of economic development. We have numerous other partners as well, which are Small Business Association. We have USDA. We have State Farm. Oh my goodness. RNDC, FDA, EDA.
What is RNDC?
Rural Nevada Development Corporation.
Okay.
So those are just a few. Beck Environmental is another one, and naturally the Governor's Office of Economic Development. Those are kind of like the partnerships that we've formulated in the last 24 months under our new strategic outlook that we wanted to take NCREDA to, and so that's the change that we've made, and I'll explain that to you if you want me to.
Well, one of the things I want to say is, if some of the businesses in town or those that are planning to come into town or anywhere in the county, if they're interested in contacting you, how do they contact you?
Well, I sure hope they do contact me because it would be sad for them if they didn't, if there was some information they didn't get and then made a business decision. They can contact me through several. We have a website. We're advertised in Facebook. We are known throughout the county, planning department. Other agencies in the county know of our involvement in the development of economic advancements for the county. So, and basically what's been happening in the last 24 months is I really haven't had the need to reach out to anybody except on a new development. Because what happens is that I get the phone call or I get the email through various avenues of search engines that are going on out there in the internet, various agencies within the government, and various agencies within the county.
The information that's on the screen right now, is that correct?
Yes. If you want to reach me, pmiller@doingbusinessinNye.net is my email address.
And that phone number?
And that phone number is 775-727-0716. Okay. And it will take your message.
Outstanding.
Yes.
So that's how you can get in touch with Paul if you need to. And like he said, if you're planning on doing business at all, you should go ahead and contact him just to make sure that things are available, or he may have some more information that can definitely help you.
Well, and I say that because we have market analysis for retail businesses coming in. We have several of our own databases that we use for businesses looking for light industrial, general construction sites, entrepreneurships in regards to small retail businesses.
Okay.
So we provide them an array of information that they will need to make a sound business decision in regards to moving into Pahrump.
Okay.
And then we also have the larger corporations that contact us and say, tell me about Pahrump, tell me about the business environment. And I'll usually spend an hour convincing them that this is the greatest place in the world to bring their business.
What are some of the improvements that have made Pahrump one of the best places to bring a business?
Oh my goodness. Well, let's take, for instance, the Highway 160. We just got that finished. It's like a 35-minute drive from the south end of town to into Vegas. This is going to attract a lot of people to move out here, especially with the new development of the stadium, the Raiders Stadium in Las Vegas. I foresee that, and we see that with Beazer Homes out here now. We see that with the continuing construction of Mountain Falls Homes. So we'll start to see some of that development, which we have, and I think we'll see some in the future. We'll also see people that want to just live in the rurals because they have a great city job, like I did for 10 years. I had a great city job and I lived out here, So we'll see a lot of that take place, but we'll also see small business entrepreneurship and business moving into the community because of that road that's so now accessible and easy to get here. Some of the other things is when people come into this community, they're seeing development taking place just about everywhere.
Okay.
They're seeing new businesses, new buildings going up, or new housing going up, or oh, that's a new business. I didn't know that they moved into town or they started. So and you'll see businesses changing hands. You'll see about 23,000 cars coming and going down the main drag of 160 in Pahrump every day. We'll also start to see, hopefully we'll see this year, and hopefully by the census of 2020, we'll see an increase in population. And that's significant for future development in the community. So those are just a few of the items that you'll see happening here. I mean, you've seen the major improvements on the road.
What about internet connections?
Valley Electric is probably one of the primary players in the county. Okay. With their development of fiber optics, and now they've implemented their wireless program, I can't be more happier. It's a selling point for me, because that's exactly what big businesses want to hear. What is your connectivity in town? Okay. So that's one of the many, and Valley Electric's got all kinds of initiatives going on, and I'm just so excited for that organization over there. It's just great. Well, you got to understand where I come from. I've got to go out there. I've got to go to these business-to-business expos. I've got to represent Nye County. I've got to be the spokesman for Necreta, and I've got to let them know that, hey, this is what we're all about. The more positive avenues I have to express what's going on here, the more attractive we are going to be coming. Instead of well, we have a lot of land. Well, a lot of places have a lot of land, but what do you really got, So those are some of the things that, interest companies. They have, one of the other things that interest companies and businesses that want to come out here is what kind of recreational activities do you have out here? Okay. And so you'll go through that with them. We've got hiking, we've got four-wheeling, we've got an atmosphere of town events and activities going on through the year. Our schools are this, our activities are this, and so we go through that whole spiel of...
Does that include anything like the racetrack or front site?
Well, Front Sight is internationally known already, but we do mention that, saying that if you're interested in doing a weapons qualification or want to carry a concealed weapon, we have our own totally full-fledged agency that can do that for you. The same thing with what's the other business that I'm thinking of? Oh, the Speedway. So a lot of people don't know it, but that Mountain Resort Speedway out there is just a fantastic. We have basically our own little lake out there that people can go on certain days of the week. So there's a lot of recreational activity. If you want to race your car, if you just bought a new Corvette, they offer a 3-day class there. You know what I'm saying to you? And if you do have a race car, you can become a member. And so a lot of people are looking for that. Vegas is not the only place to get these things done. And in Vegas, you're competing against almost 2 million people living in that community that there's not a whole lot of room for more memberships or constituencies to go in there and voice their business, So that's one of the great things we have out here. We have a lot of room, yes, and that's great. We're a beautiful, great rural community. We just have practically no crime at all. If we do, it's so limited. It's something that you and I moved out here for,
Absolutely.
Being a retired military people.
Absolutely.
So we have to, sell that to these businesses that want to come in here. And so that's part of the equation in regards to how NCRETA works and goes forward. It's just my job to go out there and be the best representative I can for the county. Even though I don't work for the county, let's put that straight. We're a private 501c3 organization, and we're in partnership with the county. We have a great relationship with planning department, which works with these individual businesses that initially come into town. So very happy to be where I'm at, and it's so exciting to be in this job because there's so much to do. And you get to meet some of the greatest people in the world. Entrepreneurs are just, I got to tell you all about them. They're just so fantastic. So.
Well, we're gonna save that for the next session because you've heard there's so much going on, and Paul has so much information. He hasn't even talked about the small business loans or anything like that. So come back and join us for the next session.